Don't let the soft voice fool you. Don't confuse peace with passivity. Healing got layers, and this soul got teeth. Welcome to Blended Healing. Let's begin. She don't do halves, it's all a relief. Blends the bomb and the burn makes you breathe. Got sage in the left, truth in the right. She'll cleanse your name and still read you on sight. Little bit hood, little bit high priestess. Downloads wisdom, then teaches and preaches. Pain to power, root to crown. Try to test that spirit, you'll fuck around and find out. Just so got teeth, don't come here fake. She'll see through your mask and mirror the ache. She the calm in the storm, the yes and the no. Got grace in her hands and fire in her flow. This soul got teeth, don't play in a space. This love is real, it don't wear lace. You wanna act wild, you gon' find out now. Cause healing ain't sweet when it's calling you out. She been through hell and came back gold. Didn't just survive, she broke the mold. Knows what it takes to rise from the mess, but don't expect peace if you come here stressed. She'll align your chakras, hold space, then dip. Pray over your name, then tighten her grip. You either come real or get cleared out. Spirit don't play, neither does Michelle now. I light candles, and I call in light. But don't forget I've seen the night. This ain't performative, this ain't for show. You either grow with me, or you gotta go. This soul got teeth, don't come here fake. She'll see through your mask and mirror the ache. She the calm in the storm, the yes and the no. Got grace in her hands and fire in her flow. This soul got teeth, don't play in a space. This love is real, it don't wear lace. You wanna act wild, you gon' find out now. Cause healing ain't sweet when it's calling you out. Healing ain't soft, it's sacred. It's sharp, and this soul got teeth.
Butter, shea and sage, washing off yesterday's weight. Spell in the steam, peace in the flame. I call my power, speak my name. Rose quartz on my windowsill, lavender mist when I need to chill. Aura bright, no fake shine. Everything I touch is by design. Sacred glow, I feel divine. Every drop's a blessing by design. Soap so rich, spray so clean. Burning candles while I live my dream. Crystal charge, my spirit's high. Anointed oil, now watch me rise. Not just a scent, it's essential. I stay tapped in with Jamaica essentials. Oils crafted by moonlight's kiss. Protection in every little drip. From the root to the crown I rise. Ancestral hands all in this fight. No mass made, this is hand poured. Every scent opens up a door. From conjure to calm, from shadow to light. She Mecca keeps my soul alive. divine. Every dry op's a blessing by design. Soap so rich, spray so clean. Burning candles while I live my dream. Crystal charged, my spirit's high. Anointed oil, now watch me rise. Not just a scent, it's essential. I stay tapped in with Jamaica essentials.
Nobody talks about what it really feels like when your soul starts to stretch inside a body that hasn't quite caught up yet. When people say ascension, it sounds like something light and lovely, like you just float away on a meditation cushion, humming yourself into bliss. But the truth, the real truth, is that ascension can feel like chaos in your chest, confusion in your mind, and a war in your body. And you'll question whether you're healing or falling apart. This isn't just a vibe shift. This is a full-on spiritual renovation. Your system, body, mind, emotion, spirit is being rewired, retuned, and reprogrammed to hold more light, more wisdom, more responsibility, and more truth. That doesn't happen without turbulence. They call it awakening. But it often starts with everything breaking down first. The job you once felt secure in starts to feel suffocating. The people you used to laugh with feel unfamiliar. The dreams you chase suddenly seem irrelevant. Your emotions swing wide from gratitude to grief in the same breath. Your skin might break out, but your sleep might get strange as well. And your chest might feel tight for no reason. It's not random. You're not going crazy, you're expanding. The body keeps the score. It does. But so does your soul. And when your soul decides it's time to shed the weight of who you pretended to be, your whole system will shake under the release. You're not malfunctioning. You're being upgraded. Welcome to Blended Healing. What is ascension, really? Let's talk about it. Ascension is not just about going higher. It's about going deeper into your truth, into your trauma, into the purpose you buried because the world taught you to survive instead of live. It's about remembering. It's about burning away every version of you that was built from fear, people-pleasing, pain, and pretending. Some of it call it the upgrade. Some would call it the shift. Some feel like they're cracking open from the inside out, and that is all valid. Ascension symptoms show up differently for each soul because your path, your blueprint, your wounds are unique, but no mistakes are made. If you're feeling it, you'll know. These symptoms don't politely ask you for your permission. They crash in like divine surgery, and you'll feel it in layers. Your body will start to purge toxins, tension, and trauma. Your emotions will start surfacing uninvited, forcing you to feel what you've suppressed. Your mind will spiral, glitch, or zone out because it's being pulled out of its old operating system. Your spirit will whisper louder, demanding your attention, clarity, and surrender. This journey is not linear, it's chaos. And you don't just go through it once. Every new level of growth brings its own symptoms, its own storm, its own reward, but first, it brings discomfort. You see, discernment is power. So let's be clear. Not everything you feel is an ascension symptom. Sometimes your body does need a doctor. Sometimes your mind needs therapy. Sometimes your spirit needs a break. And part of this awakening is learning how to discern what's spiritual, what's emotional, what's physical, and what's all three at once. It's easy to blame every ache or breakdown on a shift, but the true power comes from balance. You're not here to bypass your human experience in the name of being spiritual. You're here to merge the two, to listen, to heal, and to take care of the vessel that carries your light. Spiritual awareness and physical wellness walk hand in hand. So if something feels off, check in with spirit, but also check in with your doctor. If you feel like you're unraveling, pause, hydrate, rest. But also don't be afraid to seek help, cry out, or step away. This journey is beautiful, but it's not always soft. Why does this breakdown feel so personal? Well, when the symptoms hit, they often hit hard and without warning. You might feel isolated, misunderstood, and you might try to explain it to someone and they look at you like you're speaking in tongues. You might doubt yourself, wondering, why me? Why now? What's wrong with me? But what's really happening is this. Your system is preparing you for more responsibility, more authenticity, more spiritual presence, more capacity to carry your calling. And that requires a full system sweep. Old beliefs, gone. Outdated attachments, cut. Low vibrational habits, purged. All of this creates friction, fatigue, fog, and eventually freedom. You're not becoming someone new, you're becoming someone true. This is why the symptoms matter. The purpose of knowing these symptoms isn't to scare you or to put labels on your pain. It's to help you recognize the signs so you don't feel like you're out here losing your mind in silence. It's to give language to what your soul is trying to show you. It's to offer you clarity where confusion once sat. It's to remind you that what you're going through, though uncomfortable, is part of a divine process. This is a cleansing, a reset, a rebirth. Like every real rebirth, it comes with contractions. The symptoms are signals. They're not punishments. They're not problems. They're invitations to pay attention. They say, hey, it's happening. You asked to evolve. Now meet the process. So if we break it down, not in a watered down list, not in a rushed format, but with depth, with truth, and with the kind of spiritual clarity that reminds you you're not alone. You're not broken, and you're not behind. You're just ascending, and your soul knows exactly what it's doing. Ashe? All right. Let's take a little small break right here, and we'll be right back.
Yo, just pull up to the Love Palace. Ain't no cap here, just facts and feels. D and Kel's on the mic. We talking ships, all kinds. Pull up and unpack. Just enjoy. Friendships that held me down through the struggle. Companions who dipped when I stepped out the bubble. Family ties that tug, some tight, some frayed. But we lay it all out, let the truth get played. No judgment, just lessons on velvet chairs. We speak from the gut, raw love, stripped bare. Got a steed, got that glow like sage in the wind. Queen Coles hit the mic, truth spilling again.
Ships, we talk it, we walk it. No filters, just real. Love Palace, the spot where your soul can heal. All them ties, all those vibes, we ain't letting them drown. We lift ships up, never tear them down.
Tune into Goddess D of Love and Queen Kels. Or should I call her by her new name? Holistic Royalty with Kels. Please check out their individual channels as well as come together because the ships is starting back tonight. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss. They've been away for a little while on their own ships, but they're coming back into port to talk to you. Ashe, Ashe. Let's begin with mental and emotional symptoms. When the shift hits the mind and it don't let up. We're not going to dress this up, all right? This is the part of ascension that makes most people fall to their knees. Not because a light came over them in meditation, but because it all hit the mind at one time. The body aches, yup. The spirit might be glowing, absolutely. But it's the mental break, the emotional instability, the inner war that knocks people flat on their face. And the worst part, most don't even know it's a part of the process. Nobody preps you for the nights that you stare at the ceiling thinking you lost your mind. Nobody warned you that while you're gaining spiritual power, you might also lose all sense of emotional control. Nobody says, hey, congratulations, you're waking up. And now you're going to cry so hard you forgot who you are. But that's the truth. Ascension doesn't just upgrade your light, it unearths everything in the way. The first things to break is that false peace you built, the roles you played, the mask you wore, the old mental programming that taught you how to survive, but never how to feel. So when your mind starts glitching and your emotions start flooding, don't panic. You didn't fail. You didn't backslide. You didn't mess up your healing journey. You're in the thick of it. And this is where the real cleansing happens. When you can't think straight, the mind starts cracking open. The old version of you was built on repetition, on structure, on programming. Maybe it came from trauma. Maybe it came from survival. Maybe it came from generations of doing what was expected and never questioning it. Once you start awakening, that foundation starts to shake. Suddenly you can't focus. You sit down to write an email and stare at the screen for about 30 minutes. You walk into a room and forget why you're there. Your short-term memory short circuits. Your brain feels foggy, like someone stuffed cotton between your thoughts. And worst of all, your sharpness, that quick wit or organization you used to depend on, starts to fade. And yeah, you panic without a doubt. And then you ask yourself, am I slipping? Is something wrong with me? No. Something's leaving you and something else is trying to come in. You're going through a system wipe. Spirit is clearing out all the junk files, all the thoughts that kept you looping in anxiety, all the logic that help you survive but never thrive, all the shoulds and the supposed tos that came from fear, not faith. That brain fog, it's your soul telling you, sit down, stop running, stop performing. There's a new way to think, and it doesn't come from control. It comes from clarity. Clarity can't download while the old scripts are still running. So spirit slows down everything, not to punish you, but to protect you from your future self, from repeating the same cycles with a new name. Emotional wreckage. That's what happens when you finally feel what you suppressed. So if we get into the emotions, because if you thought the mind's confusion was bad, the heart's eruption is a whole nother level. You might start crying in traffic. You might yell into the wind for no reason. You might snap on somebody over something that would have been never triggered you at all before. You feel joy, rage, shame, and nostalgia all in the same day. And you start to question whether you're regressing emotionally. You're not. You're purging. Okay. Think of it like this. Okay. All of those emotions you push down just to get through the day, they still live on the inside of you. And now that you're waking up, they refuse to stay buried. Old grief is going to come up. Grief you didn't have time to feel when you had to keep working, keep parenting, keep functioning. Childhood fears you thought you outgrew show up in your adult relationships. Resentment you kept hidden under that being the bigger person rises like smoke from your chest. It's not just one emotion at a time either. It's a storm. It's a damn tidal wave, a tsunami, and it breaks you open. You think you're spiraling, but what's actually happening is spirit is clearing your heart space so you can hold divine truth. You can't hold light while carrying poison. So it comes up and out, messy, loud, and unapologetic. This is the grief of your old self. Grief for who you had to become just to make it. Grief for the time you lost the love you never received, the silence you endured. You got to let it out. It's part of the shift. And no, it doesn't make you weak. It makes you honest. And honesty is the beginning of healing. You stop recognizing yourself. You're going through an identity crisis. And that's the part that scares people the most. The mirror no longer reflects the person that you recognize. You used to have goals. Now they feel pointless. You used to love certain people. Now you feel resentment or disconnection. You used to move with confidence. Now every step feels like quicksand. What happened? You're shedding identities that were based on survival and not truth. That people-pleasing version of you, gone. That overachiever you tied their worth to productivity, dismantle. That codependency, always available, I'm fine. That shell you wore to stay safe, cracking. That tough exterior that never let anyone in, melting under the light of your awakening. Oh, wait a minute. Let me think about that. Wait a minute. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. With the real ones. With the real ones. Okay. I had to think about that for a minute. Okay. This identity collapse is terrifying because nobody tells you who you're becoming. There's no manual. There's just the void, the space between the old and the new. You are no longer who you were, but not yet who you are becoming. In that space, the mind scrambles for certainty. This is the blessing in disguise. If you can't sit in the void and not fill it in with noise, you'll hear your real self start whispering through silence. You'll feel your soul's blueprint rising through the cracks. You'll feel that magnetic pull to the version of you that spirit designed, not society. It takes time. It takes time. It takes stillness. It takes being uncomfortable and not rushing to fix it. But when the new identity starts to bloom, you realize that losing the old one was the best thing that ever happened. That emotional isolation when nobody can walk with you but you. Yeah, we going here. We're going to talk about that loneliness. Spiritual awakenings are filled with light. Of course they are. But before the light, there's isolation. Because once your mind starts seeing through the illusion and your heart starts releasing what no longer serves you, you no longer fit in the places you used to belong. People around you might not get it. They'll say that you acting funny. You'll start avoiding small talk. You'll ghost social settings. You won't want to be around drama, gossip, or meaningless connection. You'll crave quiet, depth, truth. You want conversations that stretch your spirit, not shrink it. But until then, until you find your new tribe, that soul family, you're going to walk alone. And that walk is holy in itself because it teaches you how to hold your own weight, how to regulate your emotions without needing someone to validate them, how to rebuild yourself without applause. It's not a punishment. It's preparation. Solitude is where you start to understand that emotional peace doesn't come from people. It comes from presence, yours and spirit's. It's not emotional. It's energetic intelligence unfolding. You're not just becoming more emotional, you're becoming energetically literate. I said it. Your emotional swings are clues. Your breakdowns are revelations. Your spirals are invitations to see what's been buried under all of those coping mechanisms. What feels like irrational reaction is actually energetic detection. You're feeling when something's off before the proof shows up. You're sensing betrayal before it speaks. You're intuitively separating yourself from what no longer resonates, and your emotions are leading the way. This is why you can't shame yourself for not being in control. You feel me? Because what you're really doing is reclaiming control from the false self, and that looks like crying, shaking, mourning, laughing randomly, falling quiet in a loud room. You're not unstable. You're spiritually unfolding. And this is what ascension actually feels like. They told you ascension was peace. They didn't tell you it was an emotional detox. They told you healing was beautiful, but they didn't tell you that it would hurt like hell. They told you to raise your vibrations, but they didn't tell you it would tear open every part of you still clinging to fear. But now you know. Knowing gives you power. So if your emotions are a mess, if your thoughts are loud, if your identity feels like it's cracking open, if your relationships are shifting, if your confidence is shaking, you're not failing. You're waking up. And keep going. Ashe. Ashe. All right, I'm done. I'm done today. I ain't trying to keep you that long. And there's things to be done. There's things to be done. But I made a promise. I was talking about this yesterday at Poetry and Pose. You know, when we were talking about how this season is going to learn you something. Oh, yeah. It's the season that keeps on giving. And guess what? Ascension is a part of that. So the next time we meet, right, we're going to start talking about the spiritual and energetic symptoms when the spirit taps you on the shoulder, like we just talked about. But this time, they don't let go. All right. I'm done. I'm really done. All right. Be well, stay safe. Ashe and deep bow. Listen, got some new promos coming out. So not only am I in an ascension mode, which happens often because I'm feeling all of those things that I talked about, the business is also ascending as well. So may I offer you something? And I'm going to do these little segments here and there, okay? So allow me to offer you something new and different. I'll see you all soon. Be well and stay safe in them streets.
Body butter, shea and sage, washing off yesterday's weight, spell in the steam, peace in the flame. I call my power, speak my name. Rose quartz on my windowsill, lavender mist when I need to chill. Aura bright, no fake shine, everything I touch is by design. Sacred glow, I feel divine, every drop's a blessing by design. Soap so rich, spray so clean, burning candles while I live my dream. Crystal charge, my spirit's high, anointed oil, now watch me rise. Not just a scent, it's essential. I stay tapped in with Jamaica essentials.
Spiritual bath wash sets and kits. Your spirit work curated. This isn't your average soap. This is ancestral cleansing, energetic clearing, and intention in a jar, bundled with tools to fully shift your frequency. Each spiritual bath wash set is more than a product. It is a full spirit care experience built around the energy you need most. Unblocking, protection, attraction, moon flow, deep rest or shadow work. Every kit includes 2 bath washes, a powerful spiritual spray to shift your space and aura, a conjure oil to lock in the work, anoint candles, doors, or yourself. This is how you reset, whether you're cutting cords, calling in favor, or finding your footing again. Your bath is now your altar. This is your tool set. Choose your path, set your intention, and let spirit meet you in the water. Don't purchase a la carte. Bundle and save, and watch the savings mount up. These bundles are available in standard and premium. For a deeper work and guided reflection, consider adding an e-booklet for your total experience. Prices vary. You are being invited to remember, rebuild, and rise. This is a movement. This is the journey back home, back to the body, back to the land, back to the wisdom of our ancestors, whispered in the wind and wove into every root, rhythm, and ritual. For too long, we've been taught to outsource our survival, to beg broken systems for healing, to look outward for worth, to forget the sacred in our blood, our breath, our birthright. But now we return. This work is not entertainment. It's a blueprint, a bomb, a battle cry. It's for the ones who know deep down that healing is not a luxury. It's a mandate. It's for the ones who felt the system crumble beneath their feet and chose to plant something anyway. It's for the ones who know that wellness is war and our joy is rebellion. The body is the altar. Grow something, eat free, reclaim the bag. Each episode is a door. Each ritual is a key we walk through together, reclaiming our food, our finances, our freedom, and our breath. This isn't a return to what was. This is a return to who we've always been. You'll learn, you'll unlearn, you'll get uncomfortable, and you'll get free. Coming home isn't always gentle. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it burns, but every ember is sacred. Every step brings you closer to the altar that is you. This is for the healers, the growers, the builders, the warriors. This is for the ancestors watching. This is for the babies coming. This is for the right now, while the world is shifting and spirit is calling roll. Welcome to the journey back home. We don't just survive here. We remember, we restore, we rise.
At 5 in the morning, I wake up to fight for my yearnings. Fear in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you're relying. I've been wandering all day. I tried to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. I tried to get by, but I'm burning. And behind my mind, it runs. All these thoughts of trouble me. Fighting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need. Right, yeah. need to free my mind now. I really need joy now. I really need to free my now. I really need my now, yeah. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Send me in love that you cannot mix. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Finding a way when you cannot see. Man with this system, he cannot pray. I need to find relief. But behind my mind, it runs. All these thoughts of trouble need. Fighting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need, right here. I really need my love. I really need to free my love. I really need your love. I need to free my mind now. I really need your love. I need to free my love. I really need your love. Oh, yeah. To set me free, freer than the open mind, farther than the eyes can handle, freer than the ocean now. Yeah, yeah. To set me free, now I need to find release. Set me to the open sky. Now I need to free my mind, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, oh no. I might be falling deep. 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 Tell me now what you need. I've been going to God when I'm only in my mind. I might be falling deep. Falling deep. I might be falling. I might be falling. I might be falling. I might be falling, yeah.